Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation, all the pop culture news and the research so you don't have to. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Joe.
Now boys, what do you think is going to happen in Supergirl?
Okay, so before we start, and because I can feel the messages, and they say, I listened to an episode called Supergirl, but I haven't seen Superman, but I'm scared of spoilers.
Yeah.
Stop. We're going to have to talk about Superman.
Shut up.
Listen to what I have to say. Shut up.
Stop.
Yes.
If you're worried about any spoilers for Superman,
Yeah.
don't listen to this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to have
Thank
to
you
happen.
so much for listening this long. I'm pretty sure that counts as a download, but you can stop now.
Yeah. And you're going to be very proud of us, Baseless Speculation heads.
We've done the research.
We've done the. You're going to be looking at your phone in the toilet. You're going to be leaning over to pull it out, and then you accidentally lean on the cistern and press flush.
Yeah.
But the last thing you're going to hear as we slide away down into the sewer is, we read the comic book it's based on.
Yeah, so, and again, if you're worried about spoilers for the comic book that they've already said multiple times this is based on, we're gonna have to talk we're gonna talk about the comic book too. So stop listening.
Stop.
Thank you so much for joining us. You've listened long enough that you might have even got an ad. That's awesome. But please stop, because we're gonna have to spoil parts of all of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you haven't read it and you like comic books, especially
It's a good
if you like
comic.
Tom
You should
King,
read it.
Read it.
It's a good comic. Good ass
really
comic,
good.
dude.
Yeah, and even if you've don't really care about the spoilers, but you do care about good comic books.
Yeah.
Stop. Just stop listening to it. Go read it.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
to your local comic book store and buy the floppies or the trades.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Go down to the
Get
library, say Baseless Speculation send me.
Yeah.
Then climb over the counter and use their database to find it. I work here
It's
now.
7 issues. It's
You're
not
retired.
even. It's not that hard to read. I read it in one
8
sitting.
issues.
Yeah.
It's 8 issues.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not 7?
Yeah, it's 8 issues.
Okay.
Because I went above and beyond 6 months ago when I bought it.
Whoa.
It did take me 6 months to open it, but
Yeah.
I did open it and read it.
Nice.
But yeah, the back part, they've only got 7 variant issues.
Weird. Did I read a sneaky extra thing?
Or did they trick you? Because there is a part in the middle of the book that's like I think it's chapter 4, is
Yeah.
only like 4 pages. So I'm guessing in the actual comic book, the 4 pages would have probably.
What 4 pages? No, there's 8 issues.
Yeah. Huh. Mysterious.
I thought there was 7, but you also thought there was 7.
Yeah, but what do I know?
Yeah, and,
Was he paying attention?
Yeah, dude.
I was paying attention because I thought 7's a weird number. Oh well.
it's 8.
Anyway, it's 8 issues. That's easy.
Yeah. You could do that. I did it in like 2 hours. Not even. I did like an hour and a half.
Took me probably longer than that. I feel like I probably digested it a little more than Jackson, but that's okay.
That's probably true all the time.
Yeah, because after I remember I read the first 2 issues, then I made myself a coffee.
Yeah.
And then I think I read the next 3 issues. Then I had some lunch.
Yeah.
And then I came back and then I read the rest.
That seems more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just a quick glance.
I just
Yeah.
feel like, and I felt like, especially after the first 2 issues, that coffee, I was like, damn, this is a good comic
you're feeling
book.
fired up. Oh, right.
And then after
yeah.
the next 3 issues, I was like, okay, still good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe like it's a little bit of like going through the paces.
Yeah.
And I had lunch and I was like, damn, I have to get back to it. Then the last, I guess 3-ish.
Or maybe 4, who knows?
The last
3 to 4 issues.
3 to 4 issues, I was like,
Damn.
I feel like I didn't blink.
Yeah, dude.
So
Strong
I
ending.
guess for those who are uninformed, like Supergirl is Superman cousin.
Yep.
Kara Zor-El.
Yep.
I believe. And unlike Superman, who was sent to the beautiful blue marble that is Earth as a baby, Supergirl lives on Krypton for a little bit because Krypton doesn't just end.
Yeah.
It doesn't end in a day. It actually like ekes out like a long time.
Kind of a wretched existence.
because the gods are cruel.
Yeah.
And it's at least in the version that we read, it was
So-
blown as Krypton was blown up.
A city.
A city was in a bubble, and like that was her and her family, and a bunch of other like Kryptonians lived there for a bit. going around the universe until shit got real bad. And then Dad Supergirl's like, well, we fucked it. I remember my brother.
Yeah.
Your uncle said some shit.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember how to build that
He kept
pod.
running his mouth about making a baby rocket.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to make a baby rocket and going to put you in it.
That's I mean, like, it's an incredible scene, very heart-wrenching, but it is really funny imagining Jor-El at, like, a family dinner being like, hey, can I just sort of, like, bend your ear about this thing, this idea I've had?
Baby rocket I've got.
I guess, like, because... Yeah, so I guess just to take one step back, we know that Supergirl is a movie coming out next year. They keep hammering us with, because it was originally called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is the same name as the comic book. They've changed it so it's just Supergirl, but they're like, it is based on this comic
It is an
book.
adaptation, basically.
And now that we've read it, there's definitely parts that they could take. I don't know why they keep saying it's going to be an adaptation like it's going to be a straight adaptation. I don't think you can do that as a second movie in the...
Well, they're not going to do that.
I don't think there's any
Lobo's
way.
in.
Yeah, which he ain't in the book.
In the book.
Yeah.
And all we've seen is like, what's her name? Millie Alcock as Supergirl at
And
the
she's
very,
like-
very tail end of.
She's like, Superman, you're a bitch.
Yep.
Which lines up with her characterization in this
sure
book,
does.
too.
So she's a bit off the rails, and the reason why she's a bit off the rails is because, well, she's like, I'm here to protect my cousin, but I've come a lot late. He doesn't have the trauma that I have, and he's doing fine without me.
So with Supergirl, her other origin is usually like she's sent as
To
a
the
teenager,
negative zone.
and she gets stuck in the Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone, sorry. Yeah.
Or alternatively, her pod gets hit by something and goes through like time dilation.
Yeah. Because
So it
she
takes
is younger than
Yeah.
Clark, but also older than
Yes.
Clark. Yeah.
And we've also seen Supergirl in a previous wonderful film called The Flash.
Yes. Where she was an alternate Superman that they kept out of the sun.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in that. And then they killed her.
Yeah.
They kept killing her, and they killed Michael Keaton.
It's really, I mean,
yes.
this is not what this episode's about, but it is really, so in like Flashpoint, which allegedly the Flash movie was based on, I guess relevant adaptations. In Flashpoint, Superman is like he's like rail thin. He's like basically a mole man. He's been kept in the dark in a chamber his entire life in the Flashpoint alternate universe. And when Flash, and it's a cool scene because Flash arriving in this like awful alternate universe is like, I know who I need, the symbol of hope, Superman.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he is because so much has changed. And then when you find him, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. This is the Superman
This
of the
wretched
Flashpoint.
rat
This
boy.
like rail thin monster man. Oh, shit. And then it's cool. They bring him into the Yellow Sun. He experiences it for the first time ever. It's a cool scene. And it's really funny that they were like, right, for the Flash adaptation, he's a girl. And there's we're not really taking anything else.
We're not going to lean into the whole rail thin, wretched, kept in the dark for that long. It's just going to be very quick.
And there's no
turnaround, I
no
guess.
oh my God, look at what has happened to the Superman of this earth.
Dude.
This is a bad timeline. She's just a girl. Like what? What?
And it's again,
What?
it's
Oh, she
kind of-
doesn't know she's... I can't remember.
Again, it's
Yeah.
that
I'm
kind
trying
of-
to remember the Flash.
Trying to remember the Flash
is
real bad because again, that whole
horrible.
thing about the Flashpoint and that kind of stuff is when you look at the they go to these worlds and without a Superman, it's kind of a bit hopeless. It's kind of gone a bit shit. And yet this universe that Flash went to, it's like, well, Batman figured it out. Crime, he's done.
It's all good, dude.
Whatever, bro.
It's all breezy, dude. Yeah, no issues. That's crazy, dude.
I did. I think, but unfortunately, I guess I quite like the performance of the actress.
Oh, me too.
in
I thought she was.
Flash
She
as
did a
Supergirl.
really good job. She's probably like one of the best performances in the Flash.
Yeah.
Really, like
I was thinking in terms of and this is not a ringing endorsement of the Flash. 'cause
No, it's a bad movie.
Dog shit film with a dog shit actor.
Yeah.
But the scene where it is Supergirl, Batman, and the Flash going and just do a groundhogging that one fight over and over again. I'm like, that was in my memory of it is it was okay. It was well done to a point.
Yeah, it
And
does
you're
have that awesome scene where Michael Keaton just kills himself for no reason. That was pretty cool. Where he's
Sasha
like,
Cale
well,
is the actress.
Well,
What's that, sorry?
Sasha Cale is the actress.
Yeah.
She did a great. She was. I mean, like with what she was given, she did a great
Or
job.
Carly.
Yeah.
She's Spanish. Calle.
Carly,
Yeah.
I would say.
Anyway,
maybe?
she's from Young and the Restless, but then she became Supergirl.
Whoa!
And like,
Congrats to
it's
her.
a bit I understand why you can't trying to divorce yourself
yeah.
from what has come before because you're like, ugh. Even though I know James Gunn went on record being like, what a Flash, great film.
James
one of my
Gunn, Stephen
favorite.
King, Tom Cruise, dude, they loved this
all
movie.
saying beautiful.
They
They
loved
say
it.
beautiful movie. Anyway, so then Supergirl's happening now and they've recast her. Which
Yes.
makes sense because even if you think Flash is the greatest superhero movie of all time, which it's not,
Which it really isn't.
I
Yeah,
think that should have got everyone that said it was fired because they don't know movies.
Stephen King, you're fired.
Yeah.
James Gunn, I know you're just starting out. You probably have to say this for PR reasons, but you're fired.
Tom Cruise, you're fired.
There's so many superhero movies where if you said that's the best one, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, I believe that.
Yeah, sure. You could have that
X-Men
opinion.
1 or X-Men 2,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Avengers. I'd
Yeah.
even give you Avengers.
I'd give you Avengers too. You'd be like, oh yeah, fair enough.
Iron Man.
Like if you were like Endgame, I'm like, look, hey, fair enough.
Yeah, okay.
that captures the spirit of a fucked comic book,
Yeah,
I guess.
fair enough, dude.
Sure.
I'll
Any
buy
of
that.
the Nolan Batmans.
Yeah.
Fuck. Any of the first 2 Superman movies.
Yeah.
But the Flash?
The Flash. I'd even accept Man of Steel.
I would
wouldn't.
not.
I want.
No.
No.
You're misremembering that
No,
movie.
wrong.
No, I don't think it's
wrong.
good. But it's a sort of like I disagree with you, but I'll fight for your right to.
No. I would,
defend you.
I would
Like,
say
nah.
anything you like about this movie,
Yeah.
there is a better version in any of the Nolan movies. I also, if you say The Dark Knight Rises is the best superhero movie,
Yeah.
you're also fucked
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Most
fair.
of the trilogies do fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
And look, hey, you're allowed to like The Dark Knight Rises. I like Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
People say that's a bad movie. I say, no, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
great.
say it's the best one.
It's a good film. It's flawed.
Yeah.
Really flawed, but it's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And
Eddie Brock prays
He
to God
prays
to
to
kill
kill
Spider-Man.
I know.
Sandman's sad.
Yeah.
Sad man.
Sad man.
Sad man, they should call it.
When Eddie Brock gets the venomized suit, his eyebrows become manicured.
Oh,
Beautiful.
that's
I
awesome,
love
dude.
It.
Good
love
Pie. I think that's from the third one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is. New Goblin
New
dying because
Goblin?
they hit their
It's
head,
getting
maybe.
less good. It's getting less good. Yeah.
Yeah, don't say the Flash. There's so many.
There's
So,
so-
yeah, anyways, all we've really seen of Supergirl is she's a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And that
She's drunk. She's like,
she's a bit of
hey,
a drunk and gone to like all these like the red sun of like other planets can like she can
So
actually
she can
get
get
drunk
drunk.
on.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
And that Crypto is her dog.
Yeah.
And that Superman was like looking after because that's all we really got from.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
the
We've
film. So
completely.
we've got like a lot to kind of like go off.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
it's
she-
a really good starting point for Supergirl.
she leaves again to go get drunk.
Yeah.
Now, this is where we transition from talking about the movies that we've seen to the comic book we've read.
Yeah.
Because Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, starts literally like the next scene that Supergirl would be in would be
The beginning of the comic,
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Where
so
she
Supergirl
is,
Woman of Tomorrow basically, I think maybe intentionally, is like a take on True Grit.
yeah,
Like it is True Grit. Like I think it's an intentional choice as well. I was reading that somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's True Grit. It's a bit The Northman. It's a bit Princess Bride.
like the premise is kind of that this alien woman, Ruthie, she has her dad killed by a guy named Crumb.
Creme of the Yellow Hills.
Crumb of the Yellow Hills. And she needs somebody to help. She seeks revenge, basically. And she needs somebody to help track down the man that killed her father. And she picks Supergirl. And Supergirl's like, no, because I don't. Why would I do that?
Yeah. Be like, hey, yeah,
Go,
you're
go home.
Go home. I'm sorry. I'm actually just here to get drunk.
Yeah,
I'm actually
don't
just
do-
on your planet
yeah.
to get plus.
Violence be bad. Don't do it. Be good.
Don't do it. That's what I'm Supergirl, so I'm meant to say, don't do it. Don't be violent anyway. But then, Creme fires an arrow trying to kill Ruthie, or maybe Supergirl.
No. So tries to kill Supergirl,
Yeah.
hits Supergirl in the chest multiple times. So Supergirl is just bleeding.
Yeah.
Then Crypto, who is also there, but Crypto, a dog.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
So Crypto doesn't know that he's on a planet under a red sun.
Yeah.
So at this moment in time, Crypto is he's still a strong dog, but he's still normal dog.
Yeah.
He's hitting it dog style.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because like even though it's like you can get the Kryptonians can still get drunk under the red sun. They're not completely weakened. They're just like they can get hurt.
Yeah.
but it seems that they can't die.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Or they get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And,
it's not like they've been brought down to human level.
No.
They're still a bit stronger than a human being.
So
Pop two arrows in the chest from Supergirl. Then Crypto gets one in the
Neck.
neck.
Yeah.
And then it's that kind of like, oh no, well, you've really shat the bed here,
Yeah.
Krem. And Supergirl's ship there because she can't fly under the red sun. She's like, I got this on autopilot.
Yeah, it's about to take off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then Krem gets in there to hide because
then
he's
fucks
like,
off.
Yeah.
what the fuck? They should have killed anyone.
Yeah.
I shot this woman's dog and her in the chest twice, and she's still coming out of it.
I gotta hide in this mobile cave.
No. And runs in,
I'm in space now.
gets into the ship, and then they chuff off.
Yeah.
And then it's basically a romp around the universe where they're trying to track this guy down who is committing, he's joined up to the pirates.
The Brigaders.
Yeah.
Who
And
are
The Brigands, I think.
the Brigands,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically just, intergalactic pirates committing many, many genocides across the universe. And so Supergirl is going through and doing all these wonderfully emotional beats of dealing with planets that have been, torn asunder by these guys, while also trying to be like, well, we got to find this guy. And because, I got to save Crypto because Crypto, he got hit by poison.
Yeah.
And the only way I'm going to know is the poison that was used.
Yeah.
And this guy, I need to know his why he did
what
this.
poison he used.
What poison he
so
used
I can save
then
my dog.
And it's really just a beautiful kind of sojourn around the universe where they're just Ruthie is learning about Supergirl and learning about the world and learning about we're all so small
And it does in a way that I think is not immediately. I mean, it's based on True Grit, so it does feel like a Western, not in styling necessarily. There's no cowboys.
No.
In fact, it's got more of a fantasy aesthetic.
Yeah.
But in terms of the way the dialogue is written, the kind of the relationships and the themes, it feels like a Western epic in a crazy, awesome way. And then it has an incredible emotional ending with some cool twists and some cool turns. And I think it will be very hard to adapt into a movie.
I do as well. I think you're just not going to get a straight adaptation in a weird to that because there is no way you can kind of do. I want to say almost half of that.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get a couple of the vignettes of when they're going to the world and seeing sort of the war-torn, the population that have done damage. There's that one scene with the gravedigger. That will probably be in it.
I can see them doing that.
Another scene where the guy is in hospital getting spoon-fed
Yeah.
by Supergirl because those moments where you're showing the humanity of
Yeah.
Supergirl while also showing the atrocities of
Now,
the villains.
Cram in the
The
Brigands.
first issue
Yeah.
is the setup, Crypto getting hurt. Second issue is everything, when you find out that Supergirl has not given up and she's like, I'll do anything. Crypto's still alive, but not looking good. She's all good, need to heal up. They're on their way to track everything down. Third issue, racist Holocaust.
Yeah. I think they could do it.
Yeah.
I think that it's...
You think that there's going to be a scene, I guess they'll have to do it differently. Because in the way it plays in the comic book is they get, and they're like, what? Something's wrong with this town.
Yeah.
It's like a classic, it's a picturesque town. Everyone's very smiles.
Yeah.
But the moment you ask one too many questions, that facade drops.
Yeah.
And don't ask a fucking question.
Yeah, hey, I have
Shut
to be
the
nice
fuck
to you,
up.
but I don't have to.
Stop.
In a way, I think they don't have to do it, but the function it has in the comic is introducing the Brigands, basically.
Yeah.
So I think, and it's a really great way to introduce the Brigands and also to introduce a theme of the comic, genocide.
Yeah.
And it also introduces, or reintroduces Krem.
Yes.
Because the reason it's what happened. Basically, it's the kind of there's it's blue people and purple people. The purple people are a bit more, they're oppressed by the blues. And then the brigades? Brigands? They come down and they're like, hey, pay us or we're going to slaughter you.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't pay. And then Krem, who's been captured there for other fucking around town, basically, he's like, well, why don't you, compromise, bargain with them. What do they got?
Yeah.
And so then the blues are like, kill the purples, let
Yeah.
us live.
Because they've
And
already
so-
put them in a small shit town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like something else.
I don't know what that's
interesting.
about.
And then they go,
And then
okay.
good, done. Kill the purples. And then Krem's like, let me join your team.
Yeah.
And they're like, we like you. We like how you're a maniac. Let's go for it.
In a way, I think I'll be sad. I think one of our theories for the Supergirl movie is that they're going to replace Crumb with Lobo.
Yes.
Which I think is kind of a shame because I kind of love the character of Crumb, who's like a fantasy, like, cunt.
Yeah.
Like, from a low-tech fantasy
I got
planet.
some
that was
really-
that was my initial thought as well, but
I got some huge news because we've got a bit of info of how Tom King originally pitched this comic book. And the original pitch was you have so Lobo was meant to be, I don't know how this obviously wouldn't work as a movie because then it stops being a Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
But Supergirl was meant to fill in the Maddie role from True Grit, and Lobo is Rooster.
Oh.
So it's basically like, rather than Ruthie, it would be Supergirl. And
that's a
than
way worse
Supergirl,
comic.
it would be Lobo. But I guess but I haven't seen True Grit. I'm guessing Maddie, obviously, but then also so it happens in this as well. Like Ruthie really steps up to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like, so it's like Lobo is the hero, the reluctant hero.
Yeah.
And then Supergirl is kind of like no, we need to do this kind of thing.
When she's the kind of idealistic, you know, and I mean, in True Grit, that kind of is the point sort of the movie is that Maddie's the girl, the true girl. Yeah. Her like optimism and her like kind of like doggedness is proved to be, you know, like Cockburn is like, I don't give a fuck this thing. And then in the end, he's like, oh, you know, you got to be good to people or whatever.
Yeah. So
but I still think that's a way less interesting comic.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the whole thing is because Supergirl is like one, and the comic really, really hammers over the head. It's like there's a whole issue or a whole chunk of it is dedicated to how she dealt with like the fall of Krypton, because it wasn't just quick.
Yeah.
It was her city blew, like
the city blew, the planet blew up. Then the city survived, but then everybody in the city was getting sick.
Yeah.
So it was like
they were getting cancer.
They were getting cancer because they were, I don't know.
Radiation poisoning.
Yeah, radiation poisoning. Then they built
because of the sun,
a big lead wall to deal with that, which Supergirl did like most of the work for. But then that wasn't enough. And then they got hit by asteroids and the planet had no power left. So her dad was like, we're not going to survive, but you are.
Yeah. And then there's an awesome reveal. And she was like, after this, she was like, I was 14 years old. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Which is great. That's awesome. And then, you know, a lot of the comic book is about how even though the world is basically horrible, Supergirl is persevering. And there's a lot of great lines, a lot of great like prose about how her power does not come from the fact that she can fire her laser eyes. It comes from the fact that she doesn't. Like, stuff like that is cool. That's really interesting stuff. And to be like, it's Lobo, the guy who's smoking a big cigar on the space motorbike. Like,
alrighty,
that's just like, who cares? There's nothing new.
So, but again, after reading this, my kind of idea was like, my thought was that, okay, how are you going to adapt this? Because it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
What they might end up doing is like, they will probably replace this, like, you know, Krem, who is someone that was made for this comic that no one really knows. Like, what? Krem?
Who Krem?
Who Krem?
He's from the Yellow Hills.
Yeah, come on.
He's got a bow and arrow and a knife.
Yeah,
a sword.
Oh no, sorry, he had a sword, but then he left it in.
He left it in Ruthie's dad. Yeah,
but then you know, he gets out a sword. So I was like, okay, well, Lobo, well, that's another kind of, you know, he's a bit of a bounty hunter, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, you could always do that. But then look at the cast listing. Well, no, they've got Krem of the Yellow Hills.
Oh, nice,
so they've got some. Because
what I was going to say
is Mattias Skoniarts.
Oh, is that who's playing Krem, or is that a character?
That's who's playing Krem.
Because I
probably butchering that surname.
Yeah,
what he been in?
Absolutely, but I liked that Krem.
And Ruthie is in it as well.
Yeah,
like they're just how.
Well, they're not doing well. Like how everything is kind of like, you know, are you forgetting how adaptations work? Have you read a good comic and you're like, they're going to do this one for one? Have you just gone comic brain? Because again, you look at like Civil War in terms of like the Marvel Civil War. You look at like, you know, a lot of the comic book adaptations where they're just grabbing names and they're grabbing some elements and some themes and then they just don't do anything like at all. That's what's going to happen.
I think this is a rare instance of where I read a comic book and I was like, that's a satisfying story from start to finish. And you could add up, like, you don't need to change things.
Yes,
I mean, you do need to change things because another thing that is really relevant to this story is the passage of time.
Yeah.
And you can't, because it's set in a universe now.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
and because a big part of it as well is, I don't mean, maybe they'll attempt to adapt this. I don't know. Is the sort of framing device, I guess, is that where Ruthie in the future is writing about what happened with Superman. We're effectively reading a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the framing device is that, and I just think, well, first off, that's going.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to do, like, an old Ruthie telling the story. The only way you could possibly do that is because they're traveling so far away with, like, light years. You could be, like, time dilation.
The way
is a thing,
you could...
But I just don't think they're going to do a framing device.
I think you can do it. You just can't have Supergirl show up at the end.
Yeah.
But that is a very important point.
I look.
Because the opening, like the opening of the book where you're getting her narration from her in the future and she's like, and when Supergirl killed Krem.
Yeah.
And like, that's meant to be like what the fuck?
Yeah,
We haven't even like met these characters yet. And that is, it turns out that line
is
very
extremely important.
So
I don't know. Like, the more I think about it, and the more I think about Superman as a movie, and the more I think about the way James Gunn is doing these comic book movies, I kind of think they could almost just do it.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like it would not be out. I don't think it's going to be a straight adaptation because no movie other than Watchmen ever is.
Even that was
that, not really.
They
But that had a
removed
lot
the
of
squid.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the soul of the story.
Yeah.
To be honest.
They made everyone Rorschach.
Yeah, I know, fellas.
Really removed. You got the aesthetics right.
Yeah.
It looked
That's
like
it, I feel. Like, they're doing it, but it doesn't feel
Needs a little
good.
more. But-
I don't know.
but
Good opening scene. I'll give
I
you
don't
that.
know.
Anyway.
I wouldn't kind of put it past this DC. I mean, we've only had one movie, but I wouldn't put it past this DCU sort of universe to have an ending that took place hundreds of years in the future that you just like, okay.
Well, yeah, all that's there really is that Supergirl's alive.
Yeah. That's it.
And at the same time, we don't know, because it's a comic book, it's no real indication of if she's aged or not.
Yeah. And like,
So-
also the fact that it's like a novel, like a book. If this movie had Ruthie narrating it throughout the whole film, would you be that shocked? If it was a Marvel movie, yeah, of course. There's no way in hell, if this was a Marvel comic book, that the MCU would adapt it like this. Like, I can't even fathom what the MCU version of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow would be. I think she would be like a wisecracking drunk, sort of like Peter Quill, kind of.
For some reason, you said Peter Quill. My brain heard Peter Griffin. Peter
She'd
Griffin,
be a
Woman
sort
of
of Peter
Tomorrow.
Griffin type.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she would gather a team and learn that the importance is found family somehow.
Yeah.
That would be
One thing, and I'm going to get way too excited for this movie, and I can feel it already.
Yeah.
I can feel it off you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to be like, I want to like eat a bit. Hey, dude, come.
My plan, here's my plan.
Yeah.
My plan is, because like the director of Supergirl is Craig Gillespie.
Yeah.
He made I, Tonya. He made
Lars and the Real Girl.
Lars and the Real Girl. He made Cruella. Now, I, Tonya and Lars and the Real Girl, fucking awesome.
Great movie, dude.
Cruella and even I, Tonya don't really, like, I like them, but they don't do that much.
I really
for me.
wanted to like I, Tonya way more, you know?
But maybe I need to rewatch it.
I liked Tonya Harding the person. Don't get me wrong. I think that's awesome what she did.
And I think that scene where she's trying to smile in the mirror and she's crying is good acting.
She's so crazy.
No, it's awesome. You've learned the wrong lesson from I, Tonya. She's the hero of the movie.
Yeah, dude. She won at all costs, okay?
Cruella, also good. Love her work off screen.
Yeah.
Killing dogs.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Big fan.
What a film.
Oh, he
Girl
also,
bosses, dude.
he also made the remake of Fright Night, which I also really
Yeah, it's
like.
really good. I like the remake of Friday Night.
So, so my plan basically is to watch all of Peacemaker and watch all of Creature Commandos and get really burnt out on the DC
Good idea.
really, really quickly.
Good idea, dude.
So that then I,
And then rewatch The Flash, probably.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that might help.
Yeah.
That might really help you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have to see, and time of recording, it hasn't happened yet, but when you hear this, it has. Fantastic Four is in my immediate future.
Yeah,
that
dude.
will probably
That'll probably
it'll settle me down. I
Imagine it's amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so bad for you, dude.
Yeah, I also need to read maybe a bad comic book again.
Read Dark Knight's Metal. We should all read Dark Knight's Metal, dude. Batman gets 9 magic metals in him and becomes a door. Come on. One of the metals is the Unth metal. One of the metals is Batmanium. One of the metals is from the Court of Owls. They put it in a fountain. He has to drink the fountain.
How many times have you read Dark Knight Metal?
Like 6 times or something, dude.
Is
I
it
got
become
a real
like-
problem. It's never good.
Has it become like a comfort reading for you?
Yeah, in a way. In a way it has.
Maybe we do read a bit of Dark Knight.
I think we should all read Dark Knight's Metal.
Should I buy a copy for the studio?
Yes.
So, how many issues is it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it one of those things where it was like the hints of like the metals?
Yeah.
Was like, being woven into the
yeah.
DC like
Absolutely.
for years.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they come out with this thing and you're like, oh.
I think it was maybe
This
ever
is
since the
bad.
beginning of the Rebirth, which I think was after the New 52.
it closely links with Snyder and Snyder's run on Batman during the New 52 DC launch.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's a whole... I thought it was a Rebirth thing, but maybe it was on New 52.
Like, is it one of those things where like, oh, actually to read all this, it's like actually like 10 different
Because you got to read, there's a
trades.
huge Batman Court of Owls arc that you need to read. You need to read a bunch of Hawkman shit too.
Okay.
Because Hawkman gets his
but
power from the
the-
Unth metal,
Yeah,
which
his
is one of the
mace.
metals.
Yeah, all right.
I think there's something with the Metal Men too, but I can't really
Okay, so
remember.
the titles
Who's that?
involved.
Whom's that?
They're like 6 guys.
okay.
So you got Dark Days the Forge and Dark Days the Casting.
Sure.
That's how the event
Yeah.
kicks off. Then
Yeah.
you've got 6 issues of Dark Knight's
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah.
And then the tie-ins are Batman the Red Death,
You know-
Batman the
you know
Murder
what?
Machine,
You know
Batman
what?
the Dawnbreaker,
You know
Batman
what?
the Drowned.
Yeah.
Stop.
You don't.
I don't want to know right
You don't
now.
need to read the tie-ins.
Stop.
The only good thing about the tie-ins is that all of the evil Batmans are meant, and I've probably said this before because I think it's funny, they're meant to personify like worst case scenarios for Batman. Because the dark dimension is the dark multiverse, excuse me, is all of the possible realities born from nightmares. They're not meant to last, but for some reason, because of the Batman Who Laughs, they have been. And the evil Batmans are his like worst case scenarios, and they're him getting powers from the other Justice League members and going crazy. And it's like, what if I used Cyborg's technovirus to become a techno monster? What if I...
He becomes the Murder Machine.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. What if I absorbed the Flash to become Red Death, I think.
What if... So
Wonderful.
But then...
Batman the Drowned
Yeah,
is him.
then he's like, what if I was girl Aquaman? It's so weird. What is he? Was he tossing and turning, sweating at night, being like, oh, Alfred, I've had a horrible nightmare. I was Aquaman and the girl and the evil.
Did he just watch
What?
like did he just watch the masterpiece that was The Flash?
I-
And he's like, Superman but girl. What if that was me but girl
What if
and
I,
evil?
What if I was evil Aquaman and also a girl for some reason?
So
She's the
okay.
only one that's a girl too.
right.
No other evil even the evil Batman introduced later on.
I'm just going to snip this off right now before we go too far down this dark metals. Okay, so we know the story of adapting it. How do we think they're going to put Lobo in this?
Okay, so
Leader of the brigands.
You reckon?
Yeah, absolutely.
is Lobo always bad?
I don't know.
He's a sort of he
He's a
flip-flops.
bounty hunter, right?
Yeah. He's like a asshole with a heart of gold, basically.
Then he's not going to be the leader of...
No, but sometimes he is like a fully bad guy, and then sometimes he is like
Could Lobo be the person that Ruthie goes up to at the start and asks for help? To be like, hey, can you please hunt down Krem? And he's like, yeah, give me the sword. I'll take it now. And then he's like, he fucks off. He's like, you go home.
Yeah.
And then there's that confrontation
and
with
then it
Supergirl.
turns out that
And then-
Krem had hired him to...
And then Krem goes and hires him because it's like, oh, you said apparently someone's coming to kill me.
yeah.
But what if that is like Lobo, but instead of like we never see that person again, they may be having a redemption arc.
Yeah,
as it
okay.
were. And then like they can then join the 3 of them go off to find Krem.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, Krem, Ruthie's doing it for revenge. Supergirl is doing it to save Dog, and Lobo is like, he owes me money.
Yeah, they could do that. Like, I could see that. I could see them being like slightly nervous to make a movie that's like, because it's quite intimate between Ruthie and Supergirl. Like their relationship is so I could see them being like, we need a bit of comic relief in here, and we need to kind of broaden it out and make it like slightly less intimate by adding Lobo in.
Because Lobo could be good comic relief.
Yeah, I think that's what he.
So
Yeah.
if they do go dark with this, well, not dark, but as in like the tone of the comic, which is dark, but it's not
dark,
like edgy. It's just like this is a sad story.
Yeah.
Let's remember the DCU Chapter 1 is called Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
And the story Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is literally about gods and monsters.
Yeah, that's true.
And how like people are capable of becoming either, basically.
I could see Lobo being maybe not the leader of the brigands, but a brigand.
Can't, because there's no redemption for that. If they go, unless they make them like Pirates of the Caribbean pirates rather than
I was gonna say kind of like the Guardians,
the Ravagers
kind of stuff, or like.
No, I think even if they're,
you can't like.
but then you just have to have Lobo over the course of the movie be like, this is not okay.
Yeah, but
and then it's the beginning of a redemption.
The comic book, if you play it like this, because the comic book is basically just like they're so horny for murder that they're borderline jacking their dicks.
Yeah,
off
and I
while
think
they're
it's also
committing
not
genocide.
just murder, because there's that sequence where Supergirl is like, let me see what the Ravagers are doing.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's just so much, not the Ravagers, the brigands.
It's like so long. Yeah,
It's
like,
so much worse than,
Yeah.
So I think they're bad guys.
I feel it'd be either hard to redeem them, or the thing is that maybe
I would say impossible.
One could argue. Well, what you could have is, so for example, it's so maybe he was the leader, so Lobo was a leader, and then when Krem enters the in space and takes over, that he asks Lobo, and then they become like the school, the scourge of the universes that under Krem's guidance, because Lobo was like, we were Pirates of the Caribbean pirates.
We would come
we
in.
were just like,
We'd maybe the worst we do is like slice off the coin purse, not balls. Not balls. Just slice the coin purse off your trousers.
Did you like the joke about that in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Because that stopped me dead in my tracks.
Which joke about that?
There's
Remind me?
a joke about the leader of the Briggers becoming a eunuch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes,
Because
I did
Ruthie
like
is
that.
like, oh, no, it's me, your boss.
Yeah.
They just cut off my coin purse.
yeah, that's right. That was good.
And then she's
Krem's
like,
like, Jesus Christ.
and then she's just like,
basically.
oh, I miss them so.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I can imagine they were just they were bounty hunters. They had like a ship or whatever. They weren't necessarily doing like a lot of atrocities, but they were kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. We do a little bit of good, we do a little bad. Whoever's paying us money, whatever that kind of stuff is. Like I can imagine oh God, we heard of these space pirates or whatever, and they're doing all these kind of things, and they travel to different planets, and they've got one their ex-leader, and it's Lobo, and he's chained up, and then it's like what happened? It's just like worse than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And then it's like you need to really build up Krem being even more of a piece of shit,
Absolutely,
than he already is, and so I can imagine them going down that. If you wanted to do with with Lobo. I can't imagine him being like the big bad.
No.
And I can't. One option, is to have him at the start, and so it's kind of like
the three of them together.
Three of them together. Krem is like Lobo is like, he owes me money. That's one option. Then it's like 3 people traveling.
I can see them even, and this is like, I don't know why they would do this, but I could imagine it of just having him be someone they meet on the bus.
That's also true.
He could be the stinky guy on the bus.
Yeah, because there's this second issue is pretty much one long bus trip through space. And there's a bunch of guys just kind of like freaky alien dudes they meet on the bus.
Yeah.
So I could see them meeting Lobo there. But I think you're right. I think Lobo would just be the third member of this party, which is, I get it, fine. I think it will kind of slightly detract from what made the comic good, but whatever.
What if Lobo is... So, the Brigands are still in it.
Yeah.
You remove... Because there's 4 or 5 planets in a row that Supergirl is too late to. And they're hot on the trails of these guys to try and track them down, but then the atrocities are just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
You remove that so that maybe it's just the town, the racist town.
Yeah.
And then maybe one of the planets, and then most of the stuff that happens in between is Lobo still trying to hunt them down, and them kind of like, so they're chasing Krem
while
being
Lobo
chased-
chases
chasing
them.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine
then-
Krem is like, I'm sick of being chased. I need the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy. He picks Lobo.
Oh yeah.
Lobo track him down, and then Lobo's
then-
like, these guys are even too bad for even me,
Then
so I'm
the
on your side
brigade,
now.
the brigands, you kind of tone down how much they're jacking their dicks off to just committing acts of atrocity.
Yeah.
You can turn it down a little bit, but then Lobo gets there and he's like, fuck these guys.
I
And
think
then
it's-
he's helping.
Yeah.
Because also Comet plays a role in this. I don't think we're getting Comet.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, you're axing Comet.
Or
Comet
you're getting
is-
Comet, but he's never becoming a man again.
Or that Comet role is played by Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Also, so in Superman, the film, a big motivation of that is Superman basically, I gotta save the dog.
Yeah.
In this film, in the book,
Yeah.
a lot of motivation that is revealed actually not 100% true, but
Yeah.
the motivation for Supergirl is to be like,
I
I gotta
gotta
save my
save the
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
So how are they going to do that again? And there is apparently a wonderful, I guess, sequence that was filmed, shot, VFX, everything of Ultraman just clocking Crypto in the face.
Whoa.
Isn't it kicking
Or
the dog?
kick the dog.
Yeah.
I thought it was punch.
No, he-
release the punch cut. Is what I was. I wanted.
Punching a dog is way more fucked up than kicking a dog for some
Yeah,
reason.
I thought it was a punch. Either way, definitely some bodily harm comes to Crypto by Ultraman, and test audience were like, "No,
Leave
you
the dog
can't."
alone.
So they cut that out. And so considering like that was cut, and I understand like the tonally. I think James Gunn has gone on to say like Supergirl's going to be more like rock and roll as opposed to what Superman was. And so I don't know, can we have a dog getting shot with a bow and arrow
It is
in the opening like
it's so tricky
20 minutes?
because it does a great job of immediately making the audiences hate Krem. Like it's
This
effective.
is- yeah, exactly. He's kicking the dog, you know?
And then the
whole thing about
reveal, spoilers for the Supergirl comic, but the reveal that Crypto's actually been fine the whole time.
Just on an Earth vet.
He's just had an Earth vet and it's all good. It will be very joyous for the people in the audience because they'll be like, I've been worried about Crypto this whole time, but he's okay.
But then it makes it a... Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a weird scene to pull off too. But without it,
Unless, I mean, the movie could do something that will lessen the blow, but it still makes a motivation is you have Supergirl much earlier in the film revealed to us, the audience, but not Ruth, that Crypto is fine.
yeah, I guess you could do that.
Or it's that kind of thing where it snaps back to like, you know, Crypto, because we don't see after Crypto gets shot and like,
we
and
don't
just
see him again.
You could just include a scene where he's all hooked up to whatever, and it's just like he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Superman cameo. Because Superman in post-credit scene is on the moon with Crypto.
True.
And so it's like either that or it's like he will be fine. He just needs to recover. But if you could find the poison, that would speed up the recovery. He is not going to die.
Don't worry,
Do
audience.
not worry.
Crypto
He's
lives.
a bit sick, but he's not
He'll be
going
fine.
to die. I feel like that's...
Or you have it that it's turning him into a normal dog.
yeah, that's also another thing as well.
That's awesome.
He got shot by this poison that's actually like...
It's slowing the fucking Krypton blood or some shit.
I think they need to have Comet the horse.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes in the comic is when
They're outrunning.
is when Supergirl has to outrun a magic orb that will send her to a planet designed to kill her if she gets hit by it, which she already has, which is a great sequence as well. But she runs basically to the end of the universe to avoid it, to a place where kind of reality starts breaking apart, and then she just pops it. Awesome sequence. And James Gunn, you're right, he's gone on record as saying this is a very rock and roll movie. And I think that sequence would be perfect for some fucking, not this, but like Freebird or something. As she's running through space.
Yeah.
I'm so
I was
glad-
about to say, like, Supergirl on the back of Comet, like rearing up, holding a sword, but that's more heavy metal
Yes,
than rock and roll.
Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this because my one huge pet peeve with Superman and fucking...
Yes.
Look, I know that people are like, don't gatekeep or whatever. All right.
Yeah.
So, in Superman,
Yeah.
they go, They're like, oh, I'm a real punk rocker.
Yeah.
And then there's been this awful trend, horrible trend on the internet of people constantly using the song, which isn't good, claiming like the real punk rock is being kind to people. And as someone in the fucking punk scene, or even adjacent, I would never call myself a punk. That makes me sick. Kindness is not the answer.
No.
It's like being a cunt. Like,
that's the answer.
That's what he should have said. I don't know. I'm a big cunt, and maybe that's the real punk rock. What, Clark?
It's like, I'm gonna drink.
Lois is like, that is.
Yeah.
No, you're describing punk.
That's-
Yes.
it's not like an abnormal thing.
If you
Clark.
haven't been to like a local punk show, this is every single one. Everyone there either drinks 10 beers or is high and mighty about the fact they don't drink beers. They then go outside to the smokers area to either smoke or not smoke and judge people that are smoking, miss the headline band to talk shit about how they hate the band that they paid money to see. That's every show.
Is this universal or is this like the Melbourne punk scene?
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go, I bought this record, I hate this band.
Okay.
Punk sounds awesome.
It is. It is, but it's not nice.
Well, I think it is funny because like my reading
It'll be
of that,
accepting. It's a welcoming space.
Yeah.
There's no judgment on what type of person you are unless you're a Nazi, in which case there's a lot of judgment.
Yeah.
But everyone gets the same treatment, which is not a kind treatment.
yeah.
Which I guess makes sense for Clark to say maybe the real punk rock is.
Yeah.
Being kind.
No.
'Cause he's flying. He's doing.
Well,
the
I read that
opposite
scene
of
as
what
he's an
He
idiot.
doesn't get it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what makes him so lovely.
That's
It's
what I'm
goofy
saying.
that he would say that. You're like,
what I'm saying.
oh, Clark, you big loser.
Yeah.
Go save the day.
And it's fine in Superman, but let's stop the, hey, here's a TikTok trend.
Do you think that we'll have a similar scene in Supergirl where she goes, being sad about how awful the universe is? That's the real rock and roll.
Well,
Existential dread? That's the real rock and roll.
well, I mean, the vibe of... I would love to know what song that was.
That was Freebird, dude.
Yeah, dude, he said Freebird, and
You
then he
never
went.
heard that
song? So you got to imagine that's Freebird.
Yeah.
Whatever, like maybe not the Freebird that you and I know, but it's the Freebird that Jackson knows.
Yeah.
Freebird. Freebird. Little cough.
Yeah.
Little soliloquy
It's
in the middle
Freebird,
there.
dude. Lock it in.
Well, yeah, because
Put it in Supergirl.
kindness and forgiveness is mentioned in Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the message is, hey, you don't have to choose those options.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to call. I mean, I don't know really if it is or isn't, but it's interesting for James Gunn to be like, it's got to be a rock and roll movie because it's not fun.
No.
It's not unfun, but it's just not like I don't know.
It's solemn.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a somber story.
It feels maybe it's like, like the rock and roll song that's like the fourth or fifth on like the CD that's a bit sad.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean? It's like not like the one that's played on the radio. It's the one that is like,
oh damn, dude. The highs and lows
they
of
slowed
rock
it
and
down
roll.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's their last or third last album as it is after they've been rock and rolling for like a decade or whatever. And you're like,
oh damn.
Or is it more of like, this is the interview by... The vibe is like, interview of someone who was heavily into the rock and roll scene for like a good 3 decades.
Somebody who's had to,
now this is at the end of their life being like,
This could be, hey, punk, self-destructive.
Yeah.
Supergirl's pretty self-destructive.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the rock and roll part comes in. I'm gonna, just like, Nervous Breakdown by Black Flag. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. My head really hurts.
That's true.
My Generation. That's older, but
Well, I hope
I
they
die
don't-
before I get old.
Yeah.
Look, considering he did do a Suicide Squad film, the one that prior to this was very on the nose.
Yeah,
So if I think he'll avoid that.
You gotta hope, dude.
But
you gotta hope.
again, James Gunn has nothing to do with this.
I know,
movie.
but he's at least executive producing and kind of overseeing it. And fair enough, he's not directing this one exactly, but hopefully, like, it's, hey.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, just because Harley is like, swinging about, we don't need a song about someone swinging about.
Yeah. That's
a real
a good soundtrack made.
Come on, man.
Well, I quite like that James Gunn has been pretty upfront, being like, I'm not trying to make the same movie again and again and again, and that each of these pieces, whatever TV shows, movies, they are going to feel different.
Yeah.
You know, they've said again.
What I really like, because again, that's the kind of vibe of picking up a comic,
Especially DC comics, like that's like you know,
again, especially like Marvel as well. It's you know, MCU definitely not.
Yeah.
But like, and I guess, you know, they used to be like, you know, draw the Marvel way kind of stuff, and like Marvel is very much like this homogenized.
Yeah.
You know, everything is kind of like samey, but occasionally you get these sort of breakout, like, you know, oh, we're doing this in terms of like, you know, the artist and the writer and all that kind of very different. But I think I guess you see that a lot more in DC.
Well, I think DC just, I mean, like what people say is that DC, they have the those kind of like semi-canonical trade, like sort of solo stories about the different sort of characters that you can read kind of without worrying about the larger sort of, which I don't know if Marvel does as much. Yeah, which but and each of those feels, you know, say Wonder Woman, the Hikatia, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's a great Wonder Woman comic, but it doesn't feel anything like a Superman comic or a Batman comic or a Flash comic, or, you know, like there's a real tangible identity to each of them.
Marvel are good at maybe sometimes incorporating that, and then editorial hate it until they shit the bed and go back to the status quo.
Well, I guess what DC must kind of does, like the Long Halloween, for example, it's not like there was, you know, you were reading the Batman trade and then the Long Halloween arc happened. It's just its own separate thing someone wrote. Don't worry about it, you know?
Well, I mean, Woman of Tomorrow doesn't fit into...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But I get it. It'd be weird. Yeah, I think in terms of... you could do a straight adaptation and get a lot of the same beats.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, there's those real poignant moments that you really don't want to miss.
Yes.
Like the grave digging scene.
Yep.
The, you know, the blue purple.
Yeah.
That whole, you know, that big reveal where they dig deep. That's great. Like when they're talking to it's like a giant person, like hit me, you're only.
Oh yeah, that was a great scene.
Again, that was a great scene, and again, it's a very small scene. So you could incorporate a lot of these into the film without it like blowing out the runtime. And I'm just trying to think, Comet is probably the one you'd probably want to cut.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's the only character in this entire series where it requires sort of it's the only thing that doesn't quite fit without any previous knowledge. Like in Comet, they're just like, you're like, oh, I guess she's got a horse.
I think you could have Comet. You just can't have Comet become a man at the end.
I don't know. I like that thing. Like, he was a guy, he didn't like people because you know what does it better.
Yeah.
And I love that.
He stayed there because he loved me. It's
being just like, we got to bury your horse. As the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Comet's something you could do. The magic use, another one I was going to bring up, because Supergirl, like all Kryptonians, the biggest weakness is magic.
Yeah.
And so I really liked how they did that. So they finally catch up to Krem. He throws this magic orb, which is a great little spell that involves it's almost an aside of all this atrocities that they're doing. It's it's blood magic basically. And so he throws
you need to kill 1,000 people and have
no other intention. You're killing them for killing them.
For killing them. And the reason you get this orb is so that
Jesus Christ.
What?
Why?
I'm listening.
What the fuck? Anyway, he gets a fucking orb, throws it at Supergirl, goes to a planet where it's like a green sun, so she's weak as shit and there's dinosaurs and she's in pain constantly.
Yeah,
and then I like that as a scene.
Yeah,
that would slow down a film to a halt.
Yeah, because the whole point is suffering.
Yeah,
I like it, and I feel that might be cut a little bit.
Yes, I think you might be right.
Which
is a shame.
And again, I was going to think, would the whole magic thing also just be? I hope they don't cut that completely, because that kind of shows that this guy isn't just a human that just Supergirl just kind of make into a paste.
And again, I think that with this DCU, I think again, if it was a Marvel movie, they would be like, well, this isn't a movie about magic. So introducing spells, people will get confused. That's for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I think with the way this DCU works,
although
where
Ned is a wizard.
Well,
so,
Ned is, we cannot forget.
I think that MCU would do the opposite now and just be like, yeah, he's got orbs, but don't worry about killing 1,000 people for the orbs. He just throws orbs.
He is also just a wizard.
Yeah.
But I think in the current DCU, it wouldn't shock me if they were just like, he's casting a spell.
He's just-
what are you going to do about it?
Just like, again, there's only like, it happens twice.
Yeah.
Once she gets got, and the other one, Comet appears.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that, her doing that without Comet.
Yeah.
And just like zipping down to the edge of the universe and just popping the bubble. And that could be
But
seen
then
as
it
like
also
her,
reveals the universe ends in the DCU, which I feel like, because there's a couple of things here and work really well in the comic book, but I think you can't treat movies like a comic book straight, even though I love this comic book and I now know that they're going to wreck it.
Yeah.
But like starting a comic book universe by in your second film being like, oh, there is an edge of the universe and Supergirl can get to it.
Yes,
I think that's fine. I think that you're too MCU brained.
Yeah, dude.
I think the DCU doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it interesting and fresh.
Yeah.
In the DC comics, everyone could go to the end of the universe. Yeah. There's a big wall of faces there.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So again, it's just kind of like she could just kind of zip down there.
The metal wall or something? Yeah.
Zip down there or whatever. And like it could be, again, like a free bird. That beautiful song. Like she,
that was closer.
Yeah.
Because like she could be
It was
doing
spot
that.
on, actually.
No, it was wrong.
And she could be doing that without a Comet. In fact, she could probably do it on Lobo's bike.
Yeah.
If you really want to kind
way
of
less
like,
exciting.
Yeah,
I think Comet's going to be in it.
Bro,
I'm locking it in.
But I just don't think Comet's going to be in it.
Do you want to make it interesting?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Goatee mode? Mustache mode?
I was going to say, what about the loser?
Yeah.
Has to get a Spider-Man web shaped into the sides of their hair. I saw this on a boy when I was on holiday. He was rocking it. And I'm like, what a funny haircut for an adult man.
Okay, lock it in.
Lock it in. If there is promo shots for fucking Comet, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
That's so exciting. At least I got long enough hair that if it's in the side, I could just cover up my shameful spot.
I can't wait to go to my hairdresser next and be like, can you also, just a regular, while we're here, can you do some Spider-Man?
You say that, Jackson.
Yeah.
But how do you reckon they're going to shave a spider web into the side of your hair?
This space?
That's not how.
Yeah.
This
No,
space there?
because if they do that, they're gonna
have to-
because what you're doing is you're lifting your hair up.
Yeah.
So if they shave, you're still losing huge chunks of hair. So you'll have shorter hair if you lose this.
You're basically going to be rocking this haircut.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's a real shame. But my beautiful locks.
I know.
The good news is that
It'll
we're not
grow
going to have
out.
to wait until
Yeah.
June 26, 2026 to see if Comet's in the movie or not. Because if Comet is in the movie, they're not hiding that because they want the audiences to be prepared.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be some promo.
Yeah. We're gonna answer this pretty quickly.
But I would say at this point, the fact we've got some cast yet no mention of Comet,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
I was reading an interview with James Gunn just the other day, and they were talking about crypto or whatever, and then the person was like, Comet, and then there was like, he was like a centaur,
Yeah.
and then it turned to a guy. It seemed that James Gunn didn't really know what a comet was.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping wasn't a misdirection.
Yeah. Well, I'm praying that it was. Okay. I'm truly praying that it was.
Now this is obviously not a lock.
Yeah.
Yes, there are plans for Comet the Superhorse to potentially appear in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie. So this is already outdated because it's called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Mm-hmm. There's no direct quote. It's just that while officially not confirmed, the source material strongly suggests Comet's presence in the film.
Okay.
So it's
That's just like someone had read the trade and was like,
yeah. So basically, I'm
Did
pretty
a Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, they're basically doing what we're doing now, and they're like, could be, might not be.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, all right.
Okay, lock it in,
Lock
dude.
it in.
Lock it in.
One of us is gonna have some beautiful.
Oh, I can't wait.
Beautiful
It's gonna look
hair.
good. It's gonna look real good. I hope I lose and then I do it. And I'm like, actually, I like this.
This
I think
is
I'm
awesome.
gonna constantly do this, dude.
I can't even remember what we're saying. Oh yes,
Yeah.
Comet. I don't know. I'm undecided, which is also good.
It's a
'cause
safe place to be.
I can see them going either way, and it's this is the second movie does make things a little trickier because Superman has so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
But is that going to be the norm? Or was that like just the James Gunn of it all? 'Cause,
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Guardians, those 3 movies have a lot going on.
Yeah, true.
That's not the norm for the MCU, although he is running the DCU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think if you're trying to do adapt this and you're trying to incorporate Lobo, I don't know much about Lobo other than he's a bounty hunter. Maybe has a bike, a space bike, and so I can imagine them being like, all right, well, we're going to include the magic thing and the way that she outruns that is getting something that's faster than her.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
What about Lobo's motorbike?
Motorbike. It kind of gives him more of a purpose to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then if you can, the role of Lobo, what's he going to do there? Is there anyone in that story arc that can be like condensed? Like we're grabbing this character.
It's hard to think really who.
Because there's not many characters.
Yeah,
to kind
it's
of
a pretty
from,
like kind of.
I'm like, well, there's Comet.
Yeah.
And so if Lobo can kind of take on that Comet role, i.e., be the bike.
Yeah.
Or at least the person there with the bike, and then maybe gets takes that kryptonite bullet for her as well. Is the potential. I just don't know if they're gonna kill off Lobo in this.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if they're gonna kill off can they kill a horse in the?
You can kill a horse easier than you can kill a dog.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair.
Horses die all the time.
So do dogs.
But we're sadder about dogs. I don't know. I think Lobo's a really I've not read many comics that include Lobo, but he's kind of like I'm trying to think of like a Marvel equivalent. Well, he's like not a good guy.
Because of the way I always thought about it being like a Marvel boy, it was sort of
Punisher,
Wolverine and Punisher kind of
sort of, but not.
There's
as,
no justice.
Yeah, not as nice as Wolverine or Punisher, really. Yeah,
Punisher's.
No, but Punisher at least has like a moral code.
Yeah.
Lobo doesn't really. He's kind of like everyone.
I was going to say Deadshot, but wrong universe.
He's whoever's paying him the most, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. And like he's kind of truly just out for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
there's been a couple of times where for some reason, I forget why.
The Ravagers in fucking Guardians?
Yeah, but meaner. Like Lobo's not, he's like an asshole. Like,
yeah,
he's
but
like
so is Dad Quill.
Yeah, but in like a kind of fun, friendly
Michael
way.
Walker. What's his name? Yondu.
Yeah.
Does he does he ever have like a moral code as in Lobo? Does he have like this is this is blood money. Like this is extremely very bloody money. I can imagine if JD was saying before how it's kind of like Supergirl, Ruthie chasing Krem and then Lobo was hired to chase Supergirl. I can imagine that, being a thing and then him finding out like where the money's coming from. And then doing a turn. And then then doing the turn and then that's where she gets the bike or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, grabs on that. I can imagine that.
I get the sense that the way Lobo kind of works is however the current writer wants him to. So I kind of get the sense that this, again, I've not read that much Lobo, but that the idea is like, sometimes he's an arsehole with a heart of gold. Sometimes he's just an asshole. Sometimes he's got a moral code. Sometimes he doesn't. It kind of really depends on who's writing him, is the sense I get for Lobo. Okay. And again, there's some story where he's the only guy left at the end of the world because of something special about him. I forget what. Like,
have you read RoboCop?
No. This might be from the era of time where Lex Luthor was like, the arc of the universe trends toward doom. And then Superman and the gang were like, no, it trends toward justice. And some fucking thing about...
Okay, well, Lobo started as a joke character that was meant to make fun of what people liked at the time, but then people latched onto him because that was what they liked at the time.
Yeah.
Because, Lobo was meant to be a parody of the 1990s trend of grim and gritty superheroes.
Yeah.
But then fans were like, this is awesome. Because, he gets a whole bunch of miniseries. So RoboCop, Blazing Chain of Love, in which he is sent on a job to a harem.
Yeah. Nice.
Paramilitary Christmas Special, in which he is contracted by the Easter Bunny to assassinate Santa Claus.
He's kind of like their Deadpool in a weird way.
Okay. All right. So, I can imagine, instead of taking the horse, she takes the bike.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Maybe Lobo is a piece of shit enough that you could have him in
I
the
think
thing.
so.
Like, as in, like, to not... Because there's also...
He's not a good person. He's not like a hero.
There's
certainly.
there's another mini series where he kills his own daughter and all his other kids from all over the universe because his daughter has contracted them to kill him.
Yeah.
So he just
Yeah. If Lobo was the leader of or one of the mercenaries, wouldn't shock me. Like, I could see that.
Okay, Lobo.
Yeah.
He enjoys nothing better than mindless violence and intoxication and killing as an end in itself. Yeah, he'll be part of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they're just not going to... He's just the villain, but...
I don't think he'll be the villain. I think he'll just be the leader of the brigands.
Yeah. Who is in, like, he isn't the main villain, but he's also there.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. All I know about Lobo is that he appears popular online and are popular to, like...
He's friends with Guy Gardner in the comics, though, so...
So, yeah, I don't know.
You can't...
Would people be, like, real mad if they... Plus, it's also being played by Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that is true.
So, again... he has had a role as just like a complete villain. For,
well, that's what I mean.
In the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
it depends on what they want to do with him, really. But also, because he's that kind of weird, flip-floppy, kind of without morals character, I could see them being like, he's the leader of the brigands or whatever, and he's a piece of shit.
He's got his own dog called Dog, who he kills in front of Superman to prove that it's not his dog.
That's brilliant play, Lobo. Brilliant play. You're down one dog, but Superman doesn't believe it's your dog.
Lobo should be your favorite character.
Yeah, that is probably true.
The last revelation of Lobo and the diner appears to be in the pages of Lobo issue 1 million, where his last adventure is depicted. By the time of the action, he is already obese and working as a carnival attraction, scaring tourists into leaving their money behind.
That is awesome. That is my sort of ultimate end goal. A sexy client
appears to offer him one last job, finding the legendary evildoer Malo Perverso.
I think it just depends on whether they go, Lobo is our Deadpool, or whether they go, we want to do something more interesting than that,
we just wanted a named villain that we can kind of kill off now.
Or you just like, he's the leader of the brigands and, in that fight where Supergirl is fighting the big pirate ship in space, he's directing them. And then in the end, he's like, fuck this, we got to go. And then you just, the next time you see him, several movies down the line, he's by himself. And he goes, fuck those guys. I work for money or whatever. And you just don't kind of worry about it.
He possesses a fondness for space dolphins.
Yeah.
Or fishes, as he calls them.
That's cool.
And Stan Lee declared himself an unconditional Lobo fan. So.
That's awesome, Stan Lee. I like when he killed his dog. I've pulled the same trick before myself. Excelsior. What, Stan Lee?
Yeah.
When you wrote in the comic, you wrote?
No, to my landlord. I don't know what you're saying, Stanley. You have to shut up.
He has a dog that's bad, so he constantly is just like, it's not my dog. And then Superman's like, your dog did bad. And then he's like, fuck this dog. Stomps it to death.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we'll see that.
I think we might.
Maybe Lobo will, maybe instead of crime, Lobo just kicks Crypto to death. The opening of the movie.
Maybe. Again, I flip between being like, Lobo being that, chasing them or whatever, and then flipping, or, being one of the,
maybe not the leader. Maybe he's just one of the brigands, so that they can have a couple scenes where he's like, they're like, we got to go here and completely genocide this place, and he's like, oh, that's actually a bit much for even me. But also that's just not Lobo's character, so it kind of would be. But and this is a weird question that we don't know about the DCU yet, where the MCU, I think, doesn't really take necessarily the character from the comics. At this point, they're like, what does the general audience believe this character to be like? Mm-hmm. That is how we will portray them. You know what I mean? If the DCU has that tactic, then I think Lobo will be more like Deadpool. You know what I mean? They're like, people have this fun idea of who Lobo is.
I've never read a Lobo
do you want to now after what I've just said?
Not in the slightest.
But he gets really fat and he's horny.
Oh, wow.
It's like Jackson.
Bro, I can look in the mirror.
Yeah, dude.
I don't...
But if they're
the
like,
vibe
no,
is kind of like, oh, maybe, he's a named character. Maybe you don't want him to be like that. Whatever, and like play by just Jason Momoa, maybe you want him for another movie.
Yeah.
I can see that being like, well, you might want that either redemption thing, or you just want him to be a piece of shit as one of the guys, not the leader necessarily. He's the one that, one of the few that escaped that.
Yeah.
Just like, then you see him in a space bar by himself having a drink, being like, what do you need? Oh, yeah. What'll I do? Sure.
You could even have like, he's leader of the brigands are destroyed, he escapes, and then him in a bar being like, I used to have a fucking team of fucking pirates, and then they fucking took it off me. Fuck Supergirl. Fuck Superman.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Actually, Lobo can be part of the brigands, provided that, like what you just said there, that when we meet him, he's not anymore.
Yes.
So then, the stuff we see, we don't, even though...
I think if you see him committing genocide...
If he's part of...
Yeah.
Like, if he's part of the gang when the stuff happens, you're like, what the fuck? But even though
he will still, you will know he's done it. When you see him and he's like, not anymore, or they kicked me out.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I haven't seen it as an audience member, so
I reckon he's going to get kicked out because he slept with everyone's wife or something.
Yeah, big time, dude.
Or his dog pissed on the floor.
Yeah. Or
And
he
he'd be like,
slept with
"What's not even
everyone's
my dog?"
And he kicks it to death on screen.
That won't happen.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Also,
about
after he kills his dog, inexplicably, like a few issues later, the dog's just by his side again.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Just like, okay.
I know that, I'm really excited for Supergirl, which will definitely lead to disappointment.
Yeah.
But looking at what the DCU, like the gods and monsters, it's getting like real crazy in here.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they're actually moving forward with, I'm like, maybe this whole franchise is going to be like way more serious. Like, not like serious as in like gritty.
Yeah.
I'm not talking Snyder again.
Yeah.
I mean, just like,
Well put together. They're telling a story. Each one maybe has a potential theme.
Yeah.
They're not just kind of like,
they're just they've got weird people involved with weird stuff. And like all of this is like, they might, because I mean, James Gunn movies do this a lot of like, okay, a lot of these movies look like they might have like a gut punch or a bad vibe for a while.
Yeah.
Unlike Marvel, which is like, when was the last time a Marvel movie had a gut punch? Infinity War? And I would say even then, like, that didn't hurt me.
No.
Civil War? When it was like, you killed my dad and mom?
Really?
that wasn't a gut punch. That was just, it was good to, like, it was good.
Yeah, it was
like,
just
I liked
stuff.
It was just a really nice moment of like, you figured out
Civil
like,
War, I think.
those characters in that one line is like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, that was really good. Just like, it just sums up his relationship, with his mum, his dad.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful
Yeah, it was
moment
just
there.
good character stuff.
It wasn't a gut punch.
No.
Yeah.
That was just like, yeah.
Yeah. Not really, almost, but in Thunderbolts, when the little girl disappears,
Oh, yeah.
that was like a whoa, but then she survived.
Yeah,
So
that wasn't
kind
really a gut punch.
Kind of
'cause,
took
like,
it back.
She went woof, but like in comic book bullshit.
Yeah, she didn't. She wasn't shot with a gun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas like in Superman, it's like, that, falafel.
He just gets full on shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine if
But then it also has that really nice stuff of like when he's like right at the end of the movie over that song when he has his big punk rock moment, which is watching a message from his mom
Yeah.
and dad, but Earth mom and dad.
Yeah. It would be so interesting if The Lanterns, a movie that they're like, it's like
A TV series.
Yeah, sorry, a TV series that they're like, it's like True Detective. Imagine if they, like, what could they actually mean by that?
Well, the next thing is Clayface, which is a movie.
And horror. And James Gunn is like, this is a horror movie.
Well, it's it's written by Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
And directed by James Watkins, who I've seen, I think, 2 of his films, and I can only describe them as evil. He made Eden Lake. Like, that's his.
Okay. Yeah. He does make evil movies.
So Eden Lake is him. He also directed the remake of Speak No Evil.
I don't think I've seen that.
Speak No Evil, the original movie, is also, I would say, evil.
Yeah.
He directed Shut Up and Dance, the Black Mirror episode, which not evil. Woman in Black, which I think is...
I like Woman in Black. It's like a movie I weirdly quite enjoy. It's just like classic gothic horror. That's the one Daniel Radcliffe, yeah? I think that's a pretty good movie. I think if Clayface is legitimate horror, that is such a, like, to clear that will be huge for the DCU.
Apparently they're doing the Joker. It's a body horror movie. I will...
Yeah.
James Gunn, I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah. They're doing the Joker thing?
Yeah, where Clayface is the main character, but like none of the other characters like comic book characters. It's just a body horror Hollywood story about a B-movie actor who uses a substance to remain relevant but becomes entirely made of clay. Gee, that sounds like the premise of another movie.
Yeah,
You take a substance to remain relevant.
I wish the substance was about her. Like the guy eating shrimps, like, you're too old. You need to be made of clay. All these young Hollywood starlets, they're made of clay.
They're made of clay. You gotta become the clay face.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly,
Call this number. They'll get you made of clay.
Yeah, then you can morph into whoever you need to be.
Yeah. Because, this is, again, it's the thing I've complained about the MCU for years and years and years, but they love to tell you that they're making a genre film and then they don't.
Yes.
They love to say, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, it will be horror. And then it's truly not. So if Clayface is legitimately a horror movie, that will be a great sign, I think, for what's to come.
So
and will make me very intrigued about Lanterns.
The film's tone is similar to apparently The Fly. Again, DC, I'll believe it when I see it. Anyway, we'll get to Clayface in another episode of this God-forsaken podcast that you're listening to in a toilet.
Yeah.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, rocks as a comic book.
Great comic. Recommend it.
I just found out that I interpreted the ending of the book differently to how it's portrayed.
Yeah, I was a bit confused too, and then I looked it up because I was unsure.
Yeah.
Where it in the ending, basically in the future.
So you find out that Supergirl didn't actually kill Krem, even though it's stated at the start of the thing, because she's like, even though I've wiped out this, and Krem says this a lot throughout the thing, he's like, if you kill me, the
brigands and
the bad guys.
Yeah.
The bad guys, they're like, hey, there's one thing that they will stop killing and robbing for, and that is to save one of their own.
Yeah.
So if you kill me, they will just hunt you down. And Supergirl, so Ruthie writes that Supergirl killed her, killed Krem as part of a plan that Supergirl and Ruthie have so that if they go after Supergirl, Supergirl can match them.
Yeah. But actually what they've done with Krem is hidden him in the Phantom Zone for like 200 years.
300 years.
300 years. And by the end of the comic,
he comes out
and Ruthie is an old woman.
Yeah.
And Supergirl still looks like Supergirl, and she lands and she goes, hey, it's time. He's redeemed himself.
Yeah,
in the Phantom Zone, he's properly, legitimately repented. Let's let him out. They let him out. And then Krem is like, oh my God, it's finally over. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then he sees Ruthie and he says, Ruthie, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
Your dad was an honorable man.
Your dad was an honorable man. I'm a piece of shit. And then, and this is what's confused people, Ruthie, with her old woman cane, smacks Krem in the head. Krem falls flat. And some people go, oh, she killed him.
Yeah, because it looks like she...
But apparently he moves his hand afterwards.
Yeah,
he flops his hand away.
But it's written, like the words are, and then Supergirl grabs the sword and shoves it in his chest. Like, that's the prose.
Yeah, but that's a reference to when on the beach. That was my reading of it.
Oh, I thought it was like it was like a prose to be like, oh, we didn't actually kill him. Here he is again, but now we killed him. But he didn't.
No, I think but it
could be. Whatever.
I think that was the end of the story that everybody got.
Gotcha.
And then this is the truth, where she just hits him with the cane, and it's basically saying like, it's great he redeemed himself, but that doesn't mean you have to forgive him.
Yeah.
Like, why would that mean that?
Yeah.
He still killed your dad.
Exactly. Like, he's
but
asking
I think it's
for
meant
forgiveness.
to be...
You don't have to accept, you don't have to give him the forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, maybe it's meant to be ambiguous as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, hey, DC, the Killing Joke, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People be like, well, actually, but then,
one bad day, that's a take.
Yeah,
one bad day, we're all
exactly.
the Joker.
We're all the Joker. That's the that's the takeaway.
And Batman's pissing his pants about grabbing the Joker.
I just want to grab him so bad.
Oh, this is so funny. I've grabbed the Joker. That's
Batman,
my takeaway.
He doesn't laugh at the end of the Killing Joke. He just keeps saying, that's so funny. That's so funny, dude. Joker, that's so funny.
That's so
Maybe that's how I'd Seinfeld it up. That's how I'd kill the Joker. I'd do the thing of like never laughing at his jokes. Just be like, that's so funny.
That's so funny, Joker. You threw acid on that guy?
That's so funny, Joker.
Funny, man. You're such a funny fucker, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's a full-on pisser, the Joker.
Yeah.
No, they give it never.
No laugh. Dude, that's funny as fuck.
Dude, I'm pissing my full-on pants right now.
Who is this guy?
Joker LeMayo.
Yeah, dude, I'm lolling actually at that, dude. Well, then laugh. You'd make him cry probably. And then he'd be like, skin this man alive.
Joker, this is so
This
fucked
is
up.
so funny, dude.
So funny.
So funny.
Great
Chopping
movie.
me from my throat to my asshole and
Yeah.
skinning me.
Yeah.
So funny.
Supergirl, yeah. Look, I think that they're going to take my stance here to wrap the episode up, or
Yeah.
to end the Supergirl discussion. They're going to take bits of it. I don't think they can go as dark or as heavy as this is.
Well, in the graphic novel, they really, I mean, they don't shy away from it, but there's moments where like we don't see the actual costume.
Yeah.
So they could do something very
Yeah.
where they're alluding to it, but you
Yeah.
know, we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
But again, you're right. I think they could do a pretty straight adaptation.
I honestly, I came into this being like, there's no way. But the more I think about it, I think it would not be that hard.
Yeah, it would not
to
be
do
that
a
hard.
straight adaptation.
I'm now very worried about Comet the Horse.
Yeah, Comet's
Yeah.
gonna be in this movie.
But I'm gonna stand
You don't think they're
by-
gonna want
Nah.
another animal mascot?
No,
I-
You don't think they're gonna be like
they've already got Crypto. I'm doubling down.
Yeah.
This beautiful hair. This no web shade.
He's gonna be Johnny Spiderweb, dude. Crypto the Super Horse is
I
gonna be in
really,
this movie.
really hope that neither of you have anything going on in, June, July next year.
Yeah.
How long will spiderwebs take to grow out of a hair?
If it's shaved into the side of your head,
Yeah.
probably.
Like how
Sometime.
Yeah, but I mean, it
maybe
just,
like a month.
it will depend on, because you're gonna have to. Basically, the moment you shave a spider web into the side of your head, it doesn't just naturally grow out.
What?
Yeah, it will be haircuts will fix it.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand that what you're doing is you're making some part of your hair. It's like how when you get a haircut and then you go to get a second haircut,
Yeah.
the sides and back of your hair aren't the same length as the top because you get them cut shorter.
Yeah.
So,
I gave you goatee mode or mustache mode. You said no. Spiderweb in the hair, dude.
it'd be so funny if Comet's not in it after this talking done. You're an idiot.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna have to sort it out.
Yeah, I honestly think they could probably
I
just do
think
it. I
that
don't think they will. I mean,
it's
we already
not-
know it's going to be different.
It's
but
not an unfilmable adaptation. I just don't think it works as hey, we're making a big universe. This is the second movie in our big universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the takeaway is going to be they'll probably use the Krypton because you can actually be sneaky about this and you can use it to show the origin of Superman.
Well, yeah,
in
I was
this
thinking
as
that too
well.
while reading it. Yeah.
So with all the Krypton stuff, you show what happened to Supergirl and her suffering. That'll definitely be in the movie. But they'll also show what happened to Superman.
Yeah.
And how actually he had a chill time.
Yeah. He actually had it easy.
Superman will also come pick up Crypto, I reckon, and the audience will find out that Crypto is actually fine way
Yeah.
earlier than in the book.
Oh, yeah, I can
Ruthie
see that
won't,
happening.
or it'll be like, they'll still be like, he's poison or whatever, but he's with Superman, it's fine.
Yeah.
Any big swing for the fences from you, JD?
Justice Gang cameo?
you wanna make it
No, I don't think I will.
It seems stupid.
Hey, I don't want to cram this with too many bets.
Yeah. Trying to think if I've got any swings for the fences. Any big swings? I think you could have some of those alien planets you could make like relevant to the DCU. You could have the Thanagar planet where the Birdmen are from, the Hawkman guys.
Oh, yeah.
You could have no, the Martians are gone. I wonder if they're gonna do
Yeah, maybe.
a Martian Manhunter movie. But yeah, you could maybe do that. To get some Green Lanterns, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah,
really. Yeah,
imagine this. You could have another a lantern cameo if you
Yeah.
want. That you could actually have Superman coming in as well.
Yeah.
At the end, just maybe help.
yeah.
In that big sort of fight there it was,
True.
whatever that
True,
is.
true.
Maybe make him a bit more of a part of this if we want to try and make
It
a
is
connected universe.
kind of low in the ground for characters, which is very different to the most recent to Superman. So yeah, maybe they'll chuck Superman in or a bunch of
Superman
other.
will be in this movie.
Yeah, but I mean like as like a bigger player rather than just
No,
a
he'll be a
cameo.
cameo.
Yeah.
They might include like a Green Lantern as like a bigger player, but the
Yeah.
problem is with this, like the whole point, like the driving force of this, Supergirl can't really have too much help. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Adding Lobo to make it a trio is already kind of wrecking it.
Yeah,
Which
is like I think it might just be a either Lobo is going to be chasing, as JD said, Lobo is going to be chasing them, hired by Krem and that, and has that either either last act turn or doesn't really turn, but only turns because he realizes he's not getting paid.
Yeah.
I reckon that is going to happen. Or it's going to be like, he's part of like, the pirates.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
either, gets kicked off before the atrocities, or at the end is just kind of like he escapes along with a few others.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, maybe we'll see Lobo again.
Yeah.
We probably will at some point.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd actually think it'd be weird to chuck. I mean, I guess they could chuck like one of those random lanterns in, but it would be weird to have it be any of the like known human Earth lanterns because
it
they kind
wouldn't
of
be a human Earth.
they're kind of out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's weird ones, but like they're like less well known ones. But they're other than Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan,
Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner. Oh yeah, because which one's not in the TV show?
Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner. So they could do Kyle Rayner maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're just gonna like it'll be an alien.
Yeah.
Who's the original Green Lantern?
Well, Hal Jordan.
No,
The original one.
Oh,
but
right.
he's magic. He's actually he's
Yeah,
got different stuff going on.
Yeah, no, because he's on the
He's hitting a different style, dude.
he's on the mural that we see.
Yeah.
in
Like the
Superman.
blonde one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck what's
The
his
one
name?
who's got he holds his lantern?
Yeah, and the one
Yeah.
whose weakness is
Yellow, the color
Wood.
yellow. Yeah, wood. Yeah, and the color yellow,
Yeah.
I think. And then they later on, they were like, because yellow is fear. They introduced a new color recently for depression. A guy got so sad he became the Green Lantern of being depressed.
And what color was that?
I think it's like a kind of teal.
Oh, okay.
Alan
there's-
Scott.
Alan Scott. Because there's the emotional spectrum.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's
yeah,
like
that-
rage and passion.
Yeah.
and all of that.
And
Alan
life
Scott
and
became the Spectre. If that's or like,
Yeah.
I think.
life
I
and
don't know,
death
man.
are some of the lantern colors too.
Oh yeah.
DC Comics did something very fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Go
what's
on.
that? No way.
No comics. Dumb.
In the New 52, they made Alan Scott gay.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, he came out to his children as gay retroactively, but earlier in the timeline. So they're like, he's the first gay superhero. I don't think you can.
He's the first gay superhero. He was gay the whole time. He just didn't say it.
He just
Yeah.
didn't bring
it's
it up
fine.
until now. What are you gonna do about
Yeah,
it?
exactly. He's always been that way.
Yeah. Suck shit.
I don't know if
That's
you can
very funny.
do that.
That's very
I
funny.
don't know if you could be like, in 2020, we're having a character from the 1940s come out as gay, and therefore he's the first one.
Yeah.
Unless the only way I'd be like, unless
Yeah.
there was like some writer
Oh,
notes or something
true.
like that where they like unearthed some discussion between the creators
Yeah.
or writers of a particular character.
If he was like extremely
Editorial-
queer coded
yeah,
in the
editorial
40s.
were like no,
Yeah.
kind of like the whole
True.
Mystique and
Mystique
Destiny
thing,
thing with in Marvel, like that very queer coded, and then it was like only recently they're like
Yeah.
His best friend is Doiby Dickles.
Yeah. Every
coded?
character in the 40s, every superhero in the 40s had a best friend whose name was like Dweeby Dickles or Pickles McGee.
Oh yeah, his name's Charles Dickles.
Yeah.
But his nickname is Doiby, so it's Doiby
Juba
Dickles.
Goobus. They
He's,
all had names like that.
He's a New York taxi driver.
Yeah, DC Comics are good, dude.
Yeah, that's
He
what
was
I'm
part
hearing.
of Oh, he was known as Devastating Doiby.
Yeah.
This is sounding a bit queer coded.
Yeah,
just
maybe,
saying.
maybe it was
I
there
don't
from the
know.
beginning, dude.
Hey.
Anyway, Alan
Maybe they're onto
Scott.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, but he gets his lantern powers from magic, and then there was like a period of time in like the 60s to 70s where they were like, all of our superpowers have to make scientific sense.
Okay.
And I think that's when the lantern core idea came. I might be wrong in that, but that's when the lantern.
Yeah, I can imagine. Is it Kilrog or something like that?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big guy.
Yeah, true. Could have Kilrog.
Yeah, something like that. Like imagine that. Where it's like the hit me as hard as you can.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
So small, and it's like, Kilrog say.
Yeah, true.
Again, I don't know anything about these guys' Bax's stories.
I don't really know much about Kilrog.
So again, this could be just like that would never happen.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
He's a lovely alien from a loving planet. They love him.
I hope
Ah.
they should put Larfleeze. Larfleeze is the best lantern, dude. He's got the lantern of envy, and he will
only
not
one.
share it. Yeah, it's awesome. And he's not really evil. He just
He's
kind
mine.
of sucks as a guy.
You can't have it.
Mine, go
No.
away. I'm Larfleeze. What a
yes,
good guy.
there is some queer coding early on.
Okay, well there you
Well
go.
done.
Well done, Marvel.
Although it's the same as the Batman and Robin stuff.
Yeah, well, that was queer coding too. It's
Yeah.
just that you can't be like, hey, in 2020, Batman is gay for his son. you can't do that, unfortunately.
It's like,
Yeah.
Sorry, adopted son.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it better.
It hasn't made it better, guys.
Is it better if I say Ward?
No. Nothing will fix this.
Not at all.
Back up. Just stop
Can we
talking.
age up, Robin? You should. Have you not?
Yeah. What are they, all little boys still?
Oh.
God, there's too many people in the Bat family, dude. I was looking that up the other day.
How many?
There's like 14 guys.
What the
Maybe
fuck?
not 14, but you
Probably.
got Robin.
Yeah, a lot of Robins.
Then you got Bluebird, Spoiler, Huntress, Batgirl, Batwoman, Signal.
And another Robin.
Oh, yeah, another Robin, his biological son.
Yeah.
Do you want the New 52 and Rebirth family? Because that's the biggest one.
Yeah,
Oh, my
sure.
Lord.
Batman, Batgirl, Gotham Girl, Oracle, Catwoman,
Yeah,
Julia
Gotham Girl.
Pennyworth, The Signal, Robin, Batgirl, Gotham, Redwing, Nightwing, Batwing, Batwoman, Clayface, Alfred Pennyworth, Bluebird, Red Hood, Azrael, Batwings, Ghostmaker, Harley Quinn,
Yeah, for a bit.
Bathound, Batcow, Alfred the Cat.
Batcat.
Yeah, Batcow's awesome, dude. He's got a sort of a Batman symbol, like the white of. He's like a brown and white cow, and he's got like the
Fights cow crimes.
Titus,
I don't
Goliath,
know what he does.
and then Bitewing, which is also a dog.
Yeah, there's too many guys.
And too many animals.
yeah.
Like, I can accept a dog. I mean, I can accept a cow.
Well, I don't think the cow fights crime. I think it just hangs out at Wayne Manor.
Well, now I don't accept the cow.
Cassandra Cain goes by Orphan before
Yeah.
she becomes Batgirl.
And she becomes Robin briefly too.
Oh,
but she
Batcow
sucks
looks
at it,
cool
I think.
as hell.
I think, yeah, Cassandra
No, you're
Cain's-
thinking of is it no, it's isn't it Girl Robin is Spoiler.
No, Spoiler's the daughter of Cluemaster.
Yeah, Stephanie Brown. She becomes Batgirl.
Yeah, but I think Cassandra Cain also is Robin for a bit, and she fucking sucks at it.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I got very confused there.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephanie Brown doesn't become Robin,
Yeah.
she becomes Batgirl.
Yeah. And someone becomes Bluebird, and I don't know who she is.
Harper Row.
Yeah, but she picks a diff. She's like, I don't want to be a Robin.
Fair enough.
I'll be a Bluebird.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Batcow's other alias is Battling Bovine.
That's awesome.
He was
dude.
rescued from a slaughterhouse by Batman and Robin
Why?
in order to test her for diseases that she may have been infected with by a group of criminals.
Okay.
I shouldn't have doubted myself. Stephanie Brown is Robin 4. She's the girl Robin.
Well, is Cassandra Cain never Robin?
According
Maybe she's
to
Robin 5?
No, Robin 5 is Damien.
Too many Robins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Apparently, the Batcow has indomitable will as an ability.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm a big fan of this Batcow. Big fan. Hope the Batcow's in the next Batman.
Yeah,
film.
me too, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough trasping down DC.
Yeah.
So I think we could get lost in the Bat
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
I think JD is.
I'm
So,
gone. Bye.
Hey, if you want, you could always email us in bsboyspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
these fine folks have. First email comes from Tasha.
Okay.
Hi, BS Boys. When do you think Marvel Comics will get rid of Paul from Spider-Man? Paul, the beloved
Yes.
hero of a lot of comic book fans.
Yeah.
Who loves to cuck Peter Parker. Paul is the reason why Mary Jane and Peter Parker aren't together at the moment.
That's awesome.
And, unfortunately, is not Venom.
Yeah.
That was revealed to be.
I'm gonna come out as pro Paul, I think.
Yeah,
I
think
thought his name
Justice
was
for Paul.
I was
Yeah.
trying to remember Paul's name the other day, and I thought his name was Ron.
Yeah, it could have been.
It could have been.
You know?
Yeah, you know what? We're all pro Paul here.
Yeah, Paul. What's wrong with Paul, dude?
Exactly. He gets to, you know what? He gets to cuck Spider-Man, and now his girlfriend's a Venom?
Yeah, but did he even know about Spider-Man?
I think so, yes.
Well, yeah, but also in the time-dilated dimension,
Exactly.
the rules are different,
And,
dude.
and then they walked it back, so he never actually slept with
Yeah.
Mary Jane until maybe after.
Leave
Even
Paul
then, it's kind
alone.
of like, little bit vague. We don't know if they're banging
dude.
or not.
I'm pro Paul.
Yeah.
I think Paul should become the new Spider-Man.
I think so. He should get bitten by like some sort of radioactive thing.
Or Spider-Man should die unrelated.
Yeah.
And the spider powers go from him to Paul.
Yeah.
He says, I have to choose a successor.
Yeah, he's got to be like, the spider totem chooses you.
It chooses you, Paul.
And then
Paul the man.
Paul the man is now our Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Paul, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what everyone's beef with.
People
these
hate
guys.
Paul because he's not a character.
Yeah.
He just exists as a hurdle for Peter.
Yeah, well, they should make him a
so
character,
now
dude.
if he's now
Paul the man.
Paul the man, who is the next Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then that will fix everything.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get rid of Paul. I think they're going to double down. Because anytime comics have learned now, you can't just, like, if there's a character that people hate, you can't just, like, kill them or whatever, because then people are like, no, that was fucked up. And for the sake of doing it, that you have to kind of write your way around it. Or alternatively, they reboot Spider-Man.
They get rid of Paul. They're like, all right, Spider-Man issue 1 again.
Yeah.
I think they probably what will happen to Paul is they will write him out, and then in like 5 years,
He'll come back
they'll
as
be
Green
like,
Goblin.
who's the new
Who's
Goblin?
the Blue Goblin?
Yeah, exactly.
Who could that be?
It's Poblin Man. The P stands for Paul.
Who could he be?
Yeah.
Who is Poblin Man?
That'll be the big issue, the big question on the front of comics.
Yeah, exactly.
The Poblin Man arc.
The Poblin Menace.
Yeah.
He's got
Poblin bombs.
Yeah, Poblin bombs.
Rides a Poblin glider.
Yeah.
What's a Poblin? It will be the question, actually, on everyone's lips.
I'm gonna kill you, Spider-Man.
I'm Poblin Man. Like the
What's a Poblin? I'll kill you.
You don't know what a Poblin is. No, I do. But
Everyone does.
You'll be dead before you can keep asking questions.
I'm starting to think you don't know what a Poblin
I
is.
know your beautiful wife knows. God, she's beautiful.
What?
It's Paul. Yeah.
A Poblin is a Paul goblin.
Paul, yeah. I get it now.
You solved my riddle, Spider-Man. What riddle?
It was a riddle.
My riddle about what a
You
Poblin
solved
is.
it, and now I'm getting weak.
That was my
Yeah.
weakness.
I was going to fight you, but this is just sad,
They
dude.
said I could come back if I had an unsolvable riddle. I live as long as the riddle does.
Well, the riddle's gone, dude.
I
Why
know,
are you
that's
still...
why I'm dying.
Well, you fucking TikTok, mate.
Say hello to your hot wife for me. God, she was
She's not
hot.
even my wife anymore. I sold that to a devil.
Then he just becomes riddle smoke.
Yeah.
God, I hate Paul.
He was made of riddle smoke the whole time, is what
that's really-
Spider-Man will say.
Yeah, so that's what we think, and that'll happen in 2028 probably.
Yeah, lock it in.
Yeah, lock that one in. And next question is from Ivor.
Uh-huh.
Hello, lads. I am in a shocking situation where I am in a
Listening to baseless speculation.
lovely relationship and has been for about a year and a half.
Hot dog.
I am happily confused. She's great and pretty much hates most nerdy things.
Okay.
The closest nerdy movie we've watched are Lego Batman and Transformers 1, the animated one. I am trying to introduce her to nerdy movies and was thinking getting her through Star Wars. What order of those movies would you recommend?
Abandoned ship.
Don't do this.
I agree. This is the kindest. That is the kindest order to subject her to. Also, any other nerdy properties that you would recommend that you think would cause the least amount of damage? I'm aware that pop culture is bad, and I'm pretty much risking it all. But I am not a cool kid that's into sports, so I want to find something that can help her tolerate my more pop culture orientated personality.
Okay, so the two movies you've hit us with here. Transformers 1, animated. Lego Batman, animated.
Yeah.
Why is Star Wars the next move?
Yeah, don't do Star Wars.
I almost called you Paul. That's not your name.
You could maybe go a Spider-Verse movie.
Spider-Verse is a great decision.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, Paul.
Yeah.
You've got to get it.
Paul.
For the love of God, Paul, stop.
Stop.
Firstly,
stop.
Ivor, stop. Change him to Paul.
Yeah.
Now, Paul. What you want to do is you want to go and get a Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And watch that.
The first one. Don't try and commit to the whole series.
No, just the first one.
The first one.
Just
Or
the
you
first
go,
one.
here's another option, Paul. You go, hey, babe, I'd love to watch a nerdy movie with you because I really like nerdy shit and I'd love to share my passions with you.
Yeah, I want to share.
What kind of movie would you like to watch?
Also an option.
And then she'll pick. And she'll probably like it because she picked it.
Yeah.
No one on earth likes when someone goes, hey, we're watching the first in a series of 9 movies that you've shown no interest in up to this point.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
Yeah, you see,
You know?
because again, like I firmly believe not everyone should be like it. Surely not everyone is in a bubble of pop culture where they just don't know anything.
Yeah.
Or like anti-pop culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, presumably, your partner would have like shown interest in other particular films.
Yeah.
And from there, maybe you get an actor, a director, or something like that onto the next thing that maybe you want to see. Because there's a lot of nerdy pop culture out there. And I look, Star Wars is great. It's fine if you grew up with it. That's fantastic. But they're like, they're old now.
Yeah.
Sure, people like really love them and hold them in such a high regard.
think
But
there's
ultimately, hey, if someone doesn't want to watch them, that's also fine.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance if you show your partner the first Star Wars movie and she doesn't like it, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Kind of. Showing someone Star Wars kind of just is that.
I feel this is an episode of like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul. Stop.
Dump her before she dumps you.
Yeah, that's probably our final thought.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think there's any really this is how you're meant to watch Star Wars for someone who's never seen Star Wars. But if someone hasn't got an interest in Star Wars, chances are
Don't do that
it doesn't matter.
Don't do that to them.
They're not going to care where you start because it's always
Go is there
be-
a pop culture franchise you've always been interested in? Or you've
No?
heard
Okay,
of?
you don't like movies? That's fine.
Yeah. Did you like the Transformers 1 when we watched it? Maybe we watch another Transformers
Transformers
movie.
2.
Yeah, okay. Oh, did you like what was the other movie they watched?
There was Transformers 1 and
Batman Lego.
Lego Batman.
Yeah, do you like the Lego Batman movie?
Let's watch the Lego movie.
Let's watch the Lego movie.
And Transformers movie? Let's watch Transformers Bumblebee.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're going to stop because all the other Transformers movies are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if she's like, I don't like any of these, you go, well, let's find another passion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll get into sport.
Yeah.
Does she like sport?
Hang on a second. You're trying to get her into your nerdy shit. What are her interests?
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Exactly,
Yeah,
dude. Paul.
Paul, your presumably hot girlfriend should dump you, Paul.
Yeah, get back with Peter.
Yeah, get back with Peter.
Peter
But
Griffin.
yeah. Get whatever movie they might like thrillers. They might like I don't know, true crime.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Meet
You
halfway.
Whatever you do,
Meet in the middle.
don't. Now, you're going to be tempted. You'll be like, oh, they read my email.
Yeah.
This podcast isn't for them.
Yeah. No. No.
No, and this goes for anyone.
Yeah.
Don't force your partner to listen to any of this shit.
Yeah.
It's a miracle you like it. And at this point, you're probably like, do I like this?
But you're dug in.
Yeah. Your phone's already in the toilet.
You can't get it out. You don't want to get poop fingers.
Yeah.
Because it's rest.
You've shit on your phone.
Yeah. You didn't realize when your phone dropped, it fell in the toilet.
You took
and
your
go,
shit, you dropped your phone, you went, oh no, and then you continued to shit. So it's like
Yeah.
a shit
Well,
sandwich.
because it got kind of covered up because
Yeah.
it sort of sounded like a shit.
Yeah.
Because it landed in the toilet water.
And our voices.
And our voices sound like, and you go, did I just take a shit that sounds like basis speculation?
Oh, no, it was basis speculation.
I'll just keep shitting and check after.
Yeah. So, Paul,
Yeah. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, best of luck.
Best of luck.
We'll see you at your wedding.
Yeah.
And of course, you can always email us in at the bsboyspod@gmail.com for
Yeah.
other pop culture relationship advice.
Yeah. We'll help you out.
oh, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and there's only a good chance we'll yell at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
70%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So stop whatever you're doing and email us in bsboyspod@gmail.com. A problem that you might be having and
Yeah.
facing right now in pop culture.
See if you can
we'll
find
figure it out for you.
the right question to ask to get in that other percentage where we don't yell.
Well, okay, because the problem is 70% we yell at you.
yeah.
I would say 25% we don't yell at you because someone is already deep researching something else and no one's really listening.
Yeah. 2%, I'm already getting yelled at.
yeah.
So largely
you
ignore
might
your.
and then there's the
You'll
extra
cop a stray,
3% there
maybe.
is either you're not going to catch any strays or you're going to catch a few strays based on whatever Jackson has previously said
I
that we're
bet
mad
this
about.
motherfucker who emailed us also cleans their bath fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jackson, and fuck this listener.
Yeah.
Surely there's only like a 1% chance your email will not get you yelled
Oh,
at.
good email.
Oh, interesting question. Wow.
But yeah, email us at bsboyspod@gmail.com. That's the only way to find out.
Exactly. If you've threaded the needle.
Thread the needle.
Thread the needle.
And Batgirl.
And
not
Batgirl,
Batgirl,
please.
I'm never going to see. Supergirl, please be good.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
be good,
would be
dude.
nice.
Good comic.
Please, for the love of fuck.
Yeah.
If this DCU is good,
Yeah.
Imagine.
I'll shit my fucking
What will
pants.
that mean for
You locking that in?
Yeah,
Lock
lock
that
it
in?
in, dude.
Lock that in?
Make it interesting.
Make it interesting? Yeah, at the end of the DC Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, if I'm still interested in it, I will shit my pants.
And we've been the BS boys.
And that's a promise.
Oh, fuck. Time to piss.